Welcome to the Prospective History channel. Be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out more videos like this one. A young boy bends down to help his thirsty dog reach a high water fountain. This touching moment of friendship highlights the bond between humans and animals, capturing pure kindness in a single frame. Exhausted Russian soldiers find a brief moment of peace during World War II. They sleep soundly alongside a small puppy in the trenches, finding comfort and companionship amidst the harsh realities of the conflict. A young Carrie Fisher sits quietly in the wings, watching her mother Debbie Reynolds perform on stage. This 1963 photograph captures a childhood moment within the entertainment industry, long before Fisher found her own fame. Richard Drew captures the harrowing image known as the falling man. This photograph symbolizes the sheer tragedy and desperation of the 9/11 attacks, immortalizing a heartbreaking moment of individual loss against a massive catastrophe. A lone woman fearlessly resists security forces in this powerful Pulitzer Prize-winning photograph titled "Defending the Barricade" by Oded Balilti. Her solitary stance against a line of officers represents the intensity of the West Bank conflict. During the 1990 Oka crisis, a teenager cradles her sister moments after the girl was bayoneted in the chest. This graphic image captures the intense violence and high emotions of the indigenous land dispute. A proud mother poses with her 8 sons who all served in World War II. Miraculously, every single one of them returned home safely, creating a rare story of survival for such a large family. Finnish sniper Simo Heiha, known as the White Death, stands in the frozen woods with his dog. During the 1940s, he used these harsh winter conditions to his advantage to defend his country against invasion. Firefighters honor the memory of the 343 colleagues who lost their lives saving others during 9/11. This solemn tribute reflects the immense sacrifice made by first responders during the attack on New York. This quote reminds us that medals and degrees eventually fade away. It suggests that at the end of life, only the memory of one's service to others and the quality of their character truly remain. 14-year-old Keith Sapsford tragically falls from a plane's wheel well in 1970. He had hidden there attempting to see the world, but the desperate stowaway attempt ended in disaster shortly after the aircraft took off. Screen legends Sean Connery and Brigitte Bardot posed together in 1968. The photograph captures the absolute height of their international fame, uniting the suave James Bond actor with the symbol of French glamour and style. Sylvester Stallone and his wife Brigitte Nielsen attend the AFI Life Achievement Awards in 1987. The couple makes a striking appearance to celebrate Hollywood legend Barbara Stanwyck, capturing the fashion and celebrity culture of the 80s. This is the last known photograph of Hachiko, the loyal dog who waited 9 years at a train station. He daily anticipated the return of his deceased master, becoming a timeless symbol of unwavering loyalty. This behind-the-scenes photo from Aliens in 1986 reveals the practical effects used on set. It shows the movie magic required to create the terrifying creatures, relying on suits and mechanics before the age of CGI. A young Brad Pitt accompanies Christina Applegate to an event in 1989. The image captures a brief romance between 2 rising stars just before they both achieved massive success in television and Hollywood film. An American blacksmith stands by his anvil in the late 19th century. His rugged appearance represents the industrial grit and hard manual labor that helped build the infrastructure of a rapidly developing nation. Fearless workers install the massive antenna atop the North Tower of the World Trade Center in 1979. Working high above the clouds, they braved dangerous heights to complete the skyline-defining structure in New York City. Kathrine Switzer becomes the first woman to officially complete the Boston Marathon in 1967. She famously defied a race official who physically tried to rip off her bib number and stop her from running. Farrah Fawcett, Kate Jackson, and Jacqueline Smith posed together in 1976. This image immortalizes the original cast of the hit series Charlie's Angels, a show that became a massive pop culture phenomenon during the decade. Gillian Anderson, Jodie Foster, and Jamie Lee Curtis celebrate together at the 53rd Golden Globe Awards in 1996. The photo captures a candid moment of joy between three powerhouse actresses at the height of their careers. The actor behind the hair of Cousin It reveals his face on the set of The Addams Family. This rare behind-the-scenes look unveils the human underneath the famous costume of the eccentric TV character. Researchers test an AI robot face against a real lion in Africa to study behavioral responses. The technological experiment proves costly and risky as the wild animal reacts aggressively to the uncanny machine. Ursula Andress poses for the camera, cementing her status as the quintessential Bond girl. Her appearance in Dr. No established a global symbol of beauty and set the standard for future female roles in the franchise. A concealed posture brace stands behind Ulysses S. Grant in 1860. The device ensured he remained perfectly still for the long exposure time required by early photography, resulting in a sharp historical portrait. A man operates a two-horn acoustic location system in 1921. Before the invention of radar, this primitive device was used to listen for the sound of approaching enemy aircraft to defend the skies. Heavyweight champion Jack Johnson poses in 1912, displaying his physical dominance. He stands as a powerful figure in boxing history and a symbol of resilience, overcoming immense racial barriers to hold the world title. Actress Cheryl Ladd poses for a portrait, radiating charm. She is best known for joining the cast of Charlie's Angels to replace Farrah Fawcett, successfully establishing herself as a popular 70s icon in her own right. Saddam Hussein is pictured flirting with his cousin and future wife in the 1980s. This photo offers a rare and unsettling glimpse into the private life of the dictator, contrasting with his brutal public image. A Filipino family is displayed inside a human zoo in New York City in 1906. This shocking image highlights a shameful era of racism where indigenous people were exhibited for public entertainment and curiosity. Jeff Bezos sits in his modest executive office 20 years ago with a spray-painted sign. This was long before Amazon became the global retail giant it is today, showing the humble beginnings of the tech empire. Harriet the Tortoise, who passed away in 2006, famously met Charles Darwin in person. She was collected during his historic scientific voyages in the 1800s, living long enough to bridge centuries of history. Photographer Ivan Kurtov captures a poignant moment on Victory Day in Russia in 1989. The image honors the veterans of World War II, showing the emotional weight carried by those who survived the conflict. Farrah Fawcett flashes her famous iconic smile in this close-up. The image captures the effortless beauty and charisma that made her red swimsuit poster the best-selling pinup of all time, defining a generation. Over 450,000 people suffered from the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The survivors, known as hibakusha, battled severe radiation sickness and long-term health effects for decades after the war ended. President Lyndon B. Johnson listens intently to a tape recording sent by his son-in-law from Vietnam in 1968, The photo captures the personal burden of the war weighing on the commander-in-chief. Marilyn Monroe poses in a black dress for the Sitting Pretty session in 1953. Captured by photographer Frank Worth in Los Angeles, the image highlights her rising status as the era's ultimate glamour icon. Music legends Freddie Mercury and Annie Lennox posed together in 1987. The photograph captures the unique style and charisma of two rock icons, showcasing a moment of camaraderie between the Queen frontman and Eurythmics star. A waitress balances a tray with a full-course meal in 1948. The feast cost only $1.28 back then, illustrating the drastic difference in food prices and inflation over the decades. A man displays the traditional Rwandan hairstyle known as amasunzu in the 1920s. The elaborate sculpted design was a symbol of pride, status, and cultural identity worn by men and unmarried women in the region. Anna Nicole Smith, Courtney Love, and Avril Lavigne party together in 2004. The photo captures a chaotic intersection of pop culture icons from different genres, defining the celebrity party scene of the early 2000s. East African slaves sit on the deck of HMS Raccoon in 1868. They were photographed shortly after being rescued by the Royal Navy from traders, marking the beginning of their freedom from captivity. English actress Linda Hayden strikes a pose in 1970. Her look captures the specific cinematic style and fashion trends of the early 70s era, representing the transition from the swinging 60s to a new decade. Two men test early football helmets in 1912 by running headfirst into a wall. The image demonstrates the primitive safety standards of the sport and the crude methods used to test protective gear. This 1898 photograph of a girl at a well in Canada bears an uncanny resemblance to Greta Thunberg. The striking similarity sparked internet conspiracies about time travel due to the identical facial features. Imprisoned Modoc warriors sit in chains in 1873. They were captured after fighting desperately to defend their ancestral lands against the U.S. Army, marking a tragic chapter in the history of Native American resistance. George Burchett, known as the King of Tattooists, works on a client in 1930. He helped pioneer the art form in the West, transforming tattooing from a fringe activity into a respected profession. Dean Martin, the King of Cool, poses for a portrait. Celebrated as one of the most charismatic vocalists of all time, his relaxed demeanor and smooth voice define the era of the Rat Pack. Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton step out in flamboyant outfits in 1970. The photo showcases their bold fashion choices and high-profile relationship, which constantly captivated the media and fans around the world. Demi Moore poses for the camera, exuding confidence. The image captures the star power that made her the highest-paid actress in Hollywood during the 90s, following huge hits like Ghost and A Few Good Men. The Undertaker stares down at mankind in 1998 during Hell in a Cell. This moment occurred right after he threw his opponent 16 feet off the top of the cage, creating a legendary wrestling moment. The Convair Car 118 flies over California in 1947. It was a bold attempt to bring flying cars to the public, but the project ultimately failed due to safety concerns and a crash during testing. A young Julia Louis-Dreyfus poses in 1985. This was taken years before her role as Elaine on Seinfeld made her a comedy superstar, showing the actress at the very start of her career. This mesmerizing and blurry image from 1900 creates an accidental ghostly effect. The phenomenon was caused by the long exposure times of early cameras, which failed to freeze the movement of people in the frame. Freddie Mercury relaxes at home with his beloved cats in the 1980s. The photo shows the softer, domestic side of the flamboyant rock star, revealing his deep affection for his feline companions away from the stage. Actress Eva Green poses for a portrait, looking striking. She is known for her intense performances and unique Gothic beauty in films like Casino Royale, where she redefined the role of a Bond girl. An American soldier shakes paws with a dog in Luxembourg during the Battle of the Bulge in 1944. The interaction provided a brief moment of joy and humanity amidst the bitter cold and heavy fighting. The legendary trio from The Magnificent Seven poses together in 1960. Yul Brynner, Steve McQueen, and Charles Bronson define the cool, rugged aesthetic of classic Western cinema that influenced the genre for decades. Detained gangsters lie face down in the snow in Yekaterinburg in 1992. The stark image illustrates the rise of organized crime and the chaotic power struggles that plagued post-Soviet Russia after the fall of communism. A young Marilyn Monroe poses for an Earl Moran poster in 1946. Taken just at the beginning of her rise to fame, the image captures her fresh-faced beauty before she became a global superstar. Grace Kelly looks effortlessly elegant in 1955. This photo was taken shortly before she left Hollywood to become the Princess of Monaco, capturing the poise that made her both a movie star and a royal icon. A woman sits inside a portable reticomatic sauna in the 1940s. The bizarre device was marketed to women as a way to melt away fat with heat, reflecting the strange beauty trends of the time. A pressure valve failure at 3 Mile Island in 1979 causes the worst nuclear accident in U.S. history. The event led to partial meltdown and permanently changed public perception regarding nuclear energy safety. Chaos erupts in Washington, D.C. in 1981 as John Hinckley Jr. shoots President Ronald Reagan. The shocking assassination attempt left the president and 3 others wounded, stunning the nation and tightening security protocols. Legends Betty Grable, Lauren Bacall, and Marilyn Monroe pose on the set of How to Marry a Millionaire in 1953. The photo unites 3 of the biggest stars of the era in one frame. Inventor Russell Oakes displays his bizarre automatic tip requester in 1955. The strange mechanical hand was designed to awkwardly ask for gratuities, representing the eccentric and often humorous side of mid-century invention. Cosmonaut Valentina Tereshkova boards Vostok 6 in 1963. She made history as the first woman to ever travel into outer space, orbiting the Earth 48 times and spending almost 3 days in flight. An athlete demonstrates an incredible high jump of 2.5 meters in Africa during a German expedition in 1907. The photo captures the extraordinary athletic ability of the local Watusi tribesmen. Vintas Juska poses in the late 1800s. He was a Lithuanian book smuggler who risked his life to preserve his language and culture during the Russian Empire's ban on Lithuanian press and Latin characters. Queen Elizabeth II sits at her desk preparing to deliver her annual Christmas broadcast in 1960. The image captures the monarch maintaining a vital tradition connecting the crown to the Commonwealth nations. A grumpy child frowns deeply while sitting in a bathtub in 1950s London. The boy is clearly unhappy about the daily routine of bath time, creating a humorous and relatable image of childhood resistance. Passengers relax in spacious seats on a 1939 flight. The photo highlights the luxury travel experience before pressurized cabins changed aviation design, allowing for roomy interiors that resemble living rooms rather than modern planes. A zookeeper gives Roland, the 4,000-pound elephant seal, a refreshing snow bath at the Berlin Zoo in the 1930s. The massive animal seems to enjoy the cold treat in this light-hearted moment. A music fan holds up a portable recorder at a Polish festival in the 1980s. He is trying to capture the live performance on tape illustrating the lengths fans went to for bootleg music. German children fly a kite made of worthless banknotes in 1923. The image illustrates the devastating hyperinflation following the First World War, where money became so devalued it was cheaper than buying toys.